Greetings, my dear friends. This is Chax once again with my next episode of Chax Simplifies. This is an attempt to recreate history to make it more understandable in simple, everyday language without the natural complications that are there. In the last episode, we spoke about the two-nation theory and how the two-nation theory has affected the movement of the two nations, India and Pakistan. How did it come about and where is it leading us? I had hinted that we will talk about the Munir Kayani Commission today and what role did that commission report play as far as the two-nation theory is concerned. So let's move the story forward. You would recollect that India and Pakistan were declared independent on the 15th of August 1947. But to understand this, let's take a couple of steps back. When the partition of the country was imminent, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah spoke to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan and very categorically said that Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, Sikhs are all going to be Pakistani citizens with the same rights as everybody else. In fact, on the eve of independence, in an address to the nation, he said, "Go to your temples, go to your mosques, go to your gurdwaras, go and pray to the God that you revere and ask for the best wishes for this great nation, the nation of Pakistan." This being said, let us just take one more sentence on this question and let me remind you, India and Pakistan were created on the basis not of secularism but of religion. It was the considered opinion of Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the Muslim League that Hindus and Muslims cannot live together, and in the company of Hindus, Muslims will not progress. Therefore, there was, in a way, a betrayal of the Muslim ulema, or as they saw it. Not too happy with the turn of events, you can imagine. In 1949, the Constituent Assembly passed what is known as the Objectives Resolution. This resolution, in many ways, overturned whatever ideas the Quaid-e-Azam had, don't forget he was already dead by this time, of a secular Pakistan, and they upheld the principality of Islam and the Quran. Implicit in this was a demand of an Islamic state governed by the Islamic laws. The ulemas felt vindicated. This led to the fact that we now have two major actors that come into the fray. One were the Ahmadiyyas. The Ahmadiyya is a sect of Islam which was founded in 1901 by Ghulam Ahmad Mirza. His name Ahmadiyya after Ahmad. Now Mirza used to get revelations and he declared himself a Nabi. This was not liked by the ordinary Muslim. On top of it, one of his revelations said Jesus Christ, or as the Muslims call him, Ibn Maryam, did not die at the crucifixion. He actually escaped crucifixion and died in Kashmir some years down the line. This was declared absolutely unacceptable to many of the Sunni sect of Muslims, and after the independence brought in a feeling that Ahmadiyas had to be declared non-Muslim minority. In 1931, a group of Muslims who thought Congress would never grant them an independent Muslim state seceded from the Congress and called a sect called the Arhars. The Arhars should have logically lost their importance once Pakistan was created because their objectives were met. That sadly did not happen. And the Arhars now made it their mission to have Ahmadiyas declared non-Muslims. Many meetings, many episodes, many incidents led to what is generally called as the Karachi Declaration or the Karachi Ultimatum, which was given by the Majlis-e-Alam, which was constituted by the All Pakistan Muslim Parties Convention. This convention was held in Karachi from the 16th to 18th of January 1953. They issued an ultimatum to the Prime Minister of 3 basic points. Number 1, Chaudhry Zafarullah Khan to be removed as the Foreign Minister. Now Zafarullah Khan was an Ahmadiyya. He addressed an Ahmadiyya convention in Lahore a few days earlier, and this address was seen as the last straw as far as the Arhars were concerned. Their second demand was to remove all Ahmadiyyas from government posts. The third was to declare Ahmadiyya a non-Muslim minority. Understandably, the Prime Minister, Khwaja Nawazuddin, refused to accept these demands, and this led to what is generally called as the Punjab Disturbances. The Punjab Disturbances commenced approximately on the 27th of Feb 1953. Martial law was declared in Lahore on the 6th of March 1953. The situation was brought under control over the next couple of months, and a commission was set up under the aegis of Justices Muhammad Munir and Rustam Kayani. This commission is generally referred as the Munir Kayani Commission, our focus for today. The objective of this commission was to go in to examine what led to the disturbances and what should be the way forward. The report of the Munir Kayani Commission goes into 350 plus pages. But there are a few findings which are hair-raising, surprising to say the least. This commission report is probably among the best example of an independent higher judiciary in Pakistan, the secularism of Pakistan as it existed in 1953. The most surprising finding here is out of the 23 ulemas that were interviewed by the commission, not even 2 of them, I repeat, not even 2 of them agreed on a common definition of a Muslim. If you accepted the definition of one ulema, then everyone other than his sect had to be declared kafir and non-Muslim. Yet they all agreed on one thing, and that was Ahmadiyyas are not Muslim and they should be declared a non-Muslim minority. That was the only thing that they agreed on. They said the objectives resolution of 1949, which was passed by the Constituent Assembly, superseded whatever dreams the Quaid-e-Azam may have had of a secular Pakistan, and Pakistan therefore had to be a theoretical state governed by the Quran, the Hadith, and Islam. Surprisingly, there is a fatwa by Darul Deoband. Deoband, incidentally, is a place in India, right? And the Deoband madrasa is among the most revered madrasas as far as the Sunnis are concerned. It has its own sect called the Deobandi. The Darul Deoband fatwa of the early 1900s declares even Shias non-Muslim. These findings, not surprisingly, given a lot of heartburn as far as Pakistan was concerned, and at one moment in time, the government capitulated and accepted the primacy of the ulemas and the Quran. Over time declared Ahmadiyas as a non-Muslim minority. This naturally aggravated the Shia-Sunni divide as far as Pakistan was concerned and brought in fault lines along the basis of religion. These fault lines are the subject of our discussion in our next talk, and how this is relevant as far as India is concerned. Do feel free to reach out to me, share the video, comment on it, and let me have your feedback. Thank you very much and have a great day.